Man, squatting is feeling so good right now. It's almost hard to believe. But I think this is it. I think the solution is finally here. I know I've said this in the past, but I think this time around, there's no doubt about it. You know, from where I was to where I am now, as soon as I implemented the hip flexor, weighted hip flexor stuff, I think this is it. Whatever the issue, my issue was, whatever the problem is, whatever the driver of that imbalance is, it doesn't really matter at this point. I think the treatment has been found and it's effective, and I'm going to just leave it at that. You know, I was getting through this session, got to 10 sets, 10 doubles of 170. Again, the third time in 6 days, feeling great. And supersetting it with the hip flexor work, and I'm thinking, yeah, this is awesome. I finished the 10 sets and I was like, okay, what now? Should I do something else? Then I caught myself thinking, and I'm like, you know, I'm so used to looking for the solution to my problem, trying to solve the puzzle, that, you know, it's almost like second nature for me to like try an exercise and then immediately after that look for another exercise, just like go exploring. And then I thought to myself, no, man, you don't need to do anything. The session is over. If you want, you can do a little bit more sets of the hip flexors or the squats, but this is it. This is the combo. We're not doing anything else. And so it's almost like, you know, I've got this mental energy, you know, still available for me, you know, to employ, to kind of look for the solution, but the solution is already here. And so I started thinking along the lines of, okay, so the squats are done. You know, all I got to do now is just extrapolate this result over a long period of time to see what the true result is going to be over the coming months and years and whatever, because I reckon this is it. The solution is here. And so I can dedicate some of this brain energy onto another lift, perhaps the bench press or the deadlift, or maybe I can consider how I can fit other things into this training plan that I have right now. But it's almost like an unreal thought to go, no, we don't have to think about squats anymore. Like, this is it. Like, you know, you're good now. Yeah, man, it's been such a long time to kind of dedicate to something that, I don't know, it just feels like it was a long time coming to get to a spot where I don't have to beat around the bush. I'm not going to get the side effects of a side effect of a side effect that feels good of some exercise. You know, I'm hitting exactly the nail on the head. You know, I'm getting exactly, you know, every bit of effort that I put into this hip flexor stuff, I get all of that benefit. I feel like it's, you know, it's treating my problem directly. And so, you know, all I got to do now is just measure the ratios, which is clearly working what I've got right now. And then that's it. So now I can start thinking about bench press. You know, I'm already kind of doing lots and lots of bench pressing. There's some motivation about all of that. So all I got to do now is dedicate on the off days, let's say on the days that I'm not pushing the squats and hip flexors, those in between days, I can start to explore other ideas. You know, so I think the next chunk of time for me is going to be a very, very positive time. Simply because the most important aspect of my training motivation and training goal has been sorted. Like, I don't have a problem with it. You know, it's almost like, you know, you can love driving all you want, but if the engine is not running, you're going to have trouble using all the other stuff. That's kind of how I feel. Like, the squats are my engine. It's the driver for all of this training, you know. So it's a nice little position that I am at the moment. You know, the squats are not only feeling good, but they're also looking good to me. I feel like I'm more upright. I feel like I'm stacked over the bar a bit more. Obviously, the hip flexors are not where they need to be, but the training effect of the hip flexor stuff is already taking effect. I feel like the bar is more over my midfoot. It's not ahead of me as much anymore. So I feel like if I just continue with this for the next few months, I feel like the bar is going to continue to travel backwards towards the middle of my foot. And then I reckon when I get to that position where I'm exactly in the middle of my foot, then I'm hoping I'm going to see a bit of a step up in my strength, because I'm not fighting the physics anymore, the weights where I need it to be, and then I can use the true potential of the strength that I have in my body. And, you know, to be here finally, it's a really good feeling, because the frustration of not only fighting the weight on your shoulders, but fighting the forces within you. Like, there's like a civil war in my body, and we're trying to fight a separate war with another country. That's kind of how it feels. It's like freaking turmoil everywhere. This is why when you see a lot of these elite lifters, Olympic weightlifters, power lifters, when it seems like the weight is almost like fake. It feels like it's too easy. They make it look easy. And I think that expression of it looks too easy is just a function of they are using their physics to perfection. They're stacked. They are leveraging every single fiber that they have in their body for the work that they need to do. And I feel like that's when, there's synergy amongst all of the joints and the muscles in our body. There's like just simply 1 + 1 = 3, that kind of thing, when everything fires. But I feel like for the longest time, I've been going 1 + 1 = 1.5. You know what I mean? Like I'm putting so much freaking damn effort into the bar that I'm not getting the true result. I'm not getting 2, I'm getting 1.5. It's like I'm missing something. And that missing something is the bar's over, ahead of my feet. I'm leaned over a bit, way too much. And that's putting all sorts of stress and compensations through the body. And that's manifesting in all sorts of different ways and pains. And, so sometimes it's not just a matter of working hard, man. Working hard is all well and good, but you need to be pushing in the right direction. If you're going to push the car, you got to push the car in the right spot. There's no point pushing the car into the side of the door. You need to push the freaking car in the back of the car if you're going to push it forward. That's kind of the thought that I've had for a long time. It's like, there's no doubt about it. Something that I've discovered over the last 1400 days is that, this me is very, very driven. I've got lots of discipline, motivation. I've proven to myself over and over again that I'm willing to rock up even on the shit days. So that's kind of like discovery for myself, which I can take in all parts of my life. But when you match that motivation, that inspiration, that drive, that discipline, and you've got the right direction and you're applying it in the right spot, then it becomes a very, very beautiful thing for me. It becomes enjoyable. Anyway, guys, like always, I appreciate you guys. Thank you for all the ideas, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.